So let's get the show started. We got a packed show for you today because there is a lot going on from Diddy to Trump and all the NFL news. And we're going to start right with the diddler. Yes, the diddler is going down, and he deserves to go down if allegedly, with all that's said, is true. Diddy, as the world knows, was arrested and detained on federal charges for racketeering and sex trafficking. The indictment was released today. If you go to our YouTube page on the Parker's Couch, I did a live reading of the 14-page indictment. On that page, you'll also find some of the other lawsuits that are involved with Diddy. But we got to kind of start from the beginning. This all began in November of 2023 when Cassie called it all out. She called out all the abuse. She called out the sexual abuse, the physical abuse, just all the nastiness that was going on with P. Diddy. And you know what? He settled immediately the next day. So you knew something was up right then. But that snowballed. And today we have now 8 cases against Diddy. The latest one was Dawn from Diddy Dirty Money and also Danity Kane, who came out against Diddy. And that was a juicy one right there, laying it all out. And it plays into some of the things that happened with Diddy today. What I want to do is read one excerpt for you in this indictment of Diddy. Oh boy, boy, boy. Here we go. So before this, they started talking about freak offs and they explained what freak offs are. I want to get y'all reaction after I read this. And freak offs are just sex performance parties that could go on for days under Diddy's watch, filled with drugs and everything else. So it says members and associates of the Comb Enterprise, which they call a criminal enterprise in the lawsuit, including high ranking supervisors, security staff, household staff, personal assistants, and other Combs business employees, facilitated the freak offs by, among other things, booking hotel rooms for the freak offs, stocking the hotel rooms in advance with the required freak off supplies, including controlled substances, baby oil, lubricant, extra linens, and lighting, cleaning the hotel rooms after the freak offs to try to mitigate room damage, arranging for travel for victims, commercial sex workers, and Combs to and from the freak offs, resupplying Combs with requested supplies, delivering large sums of cash to Combs to pay the commercial sex workers, and scheduling the delivery of IV fluids. Yes, they would use IV fluids after it was over because they would be so strung out on drugs and need to replenish. In the last sentence, in or about March 2024, doing searches of Combs' residence in Miami, Florida, and Los Angeles, California, y'all remember the raids, law enforcement seized various freak-off supplies, including narcotics and more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant. What y'all got to say, my brothers?
Have you ever been swallowed? I guess we don't answer to that question, TD Jakes.
Carlin. And why,
Woo.
Carlin? Why?
Oh.
On that note, did you see the recent allegations they said about Trey Songz?
No.
That came out that somebody said that they didn't want to release the name, but it's a social media person who was invited to a Diddy party. And they said they was invited to Diddy's room. And when he came in, Trey Songz was sitting on his lap and they were making out and asked him if he wanted to join.
Well, that's nothing to do with Trey Songz. That rumor's been out there for a long time.
And
I'm
who
not
was,
surprised.
Trey Songz and Diddy.
and asked who did they want to join?
Oh, this social media person that they invited to the party.
Gross. Well, all I got to say is I am disgusted with Mr. Diddy. why why are you why are you entering into all these salacious acts of I mean, why do you have to do that? I don't understand
You
why is
don't.
people and these freak offs are going for days. Uh, I I just don't get it. I don't understand. I know those. I guess the drugs, the hallucinogens or whatever he was using, put those people in trances, kind of like, and they were in these states of euphoria from the use of ecstasy and whatever. And that, I know how that stuff can, uh, can cause you to go for
Yeah.
days and not know what's going on. But still, what is his thing with that? I don't understand that.
You know, they said when they arrested him at the hotel, he had ecstasy on him. That's what they're saying. That he also had narcotics on him then.
You know that. But my thing is, he's just he's got to be the fall guy or something, because there's some other nefarious characters out there that are involved in this.
There are some unnamed people, some probably unknown people. Um, but at the same time, like is Fall Guy kinda he's also very the things alleged in this lawsuit, the way he intimidated people, the way he threatened to kill people if they said anything, how he threatened to take out people's families, said he is known to take ninjas out and
Oh,
he
we
would
know
do
that
it.
for sure.
Or-
Absolutely.
We know that, but
Yes.
I'm thinking there's some big names out there tied along with these freak offs.
Oh, it's gonna be some
Oh,
big
it's
fish
got to
to
be.
fry.
It's
Absolutely.
got to
So
be.
that's why I'm saying, you know, uh,
He wasn't doing this by himself.
they sees when they see some of that material at his mansion that time in the raid.
Mhm.
I guarantee you on that hard drive, it's some names out there, some government officials,
Something's going to
Oh,
drop.
absolutely.
and some some huge names out there. That's why he's the guy that he's taking people out. Yeah, because those high names, those big names, they don't want to be revealed, man.
The,
Yeah.
the rappers, the sports stars, the entertainment people, the actors, politicians, like you said, brother.
Yes.
To me, my issue, I mean, the sex work, people get paid for that. If you want to have a good time, I don't have a problem with you having a good time. The issue I have is underage people,
Men
you-
and women underage.
men and
Yeah.
kids, boys and girls, trafficking people. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, but you drugging up these people. See, he was drugging up these underage people,
Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm.
and that's, I mean, that's uncalled for, man.
I mean, there's no need for that. I mean, you have hired professionals. People do this for a living.
True.
It's
So
a
why are you out here taking advantage of underprivileged people?
I don't
Well,
he
he's
gives me
getting,
this God complex too that he has. Like it's
yeah.
this whole control thing, and that's kind of been like Diddy's kind of arc of his career, I feel like. And he wants so much to be that guy. And it seems like he does whatever he does to exert control. It's like an
Bieber,
addiction.
Bieber, Usher, those are
Yep.
people that he,
They got
Yep.
stories. Yep.
yeah.
You just know there's something with Justin Bieber that's just not out there to say like his trajectory is it went totally different and just his demeanor and everything later in life you could tell some things definitely happen.
And don't forget Jaden Smith. There's going to be another Will and Jada sighting coming up in here. Trust and believe.
Oh boy. But now there have been some ties, or some people have said Will and Diddy have had some interactions, and that
Oh,
he's got his fingers interwoven into that too.
this has Will Smith written all over it somewhere down the line.
Y'all don't do Will. Don't say it. Don't
Oh, it
say
does.
it. Don't
That's my
say it.
point.
I say he's interwoven into that fabric. He's in there.
Well,
And I've
we'll
had
see.
stories about Jada allegedly from college. So that's how far that goes back.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. We'll see. We'll see. But things were so fast moving today with Diddy in court. He pleaded not guilty. His lawyer, I just felt like was making an ass of himself doing victim blaming. The way he called he and Cassie's relationship mutually toxic and was talking about they were both cheating on each other, and she took his phone and hit him with something and blah blah blah, that with the hotel footage that we saw, tries to talk about how pretty much she was the initiator, as
Was she
if like
dragging him
she
around the
deserted.
hotel on camera?
Thank you. But it was a whole lot of victim blaming like that. They were trying to, get a $50 million bond. Did not happen because the judge was like, no. It came out that Diddy. So in the Dawn lawsuit, the last one, there's Kalena Harper in it, and she ties Kalena Harper into a lot of the stuff going on. Who was a part of Diddy Dirty Money too? She mentions her 33 times in the lawsuit. Times with experiencing stuff together, talking with Cassie together, trying to get her to leave, with her going through her own abuse with her husband, who's best friends with Diddy. And whenever they found out Dawn confronted and tried to help her in the situation, they got at Dawn and threatened her. So Kalena comes out with this message saying how Dawn's experience is hers and yada yada yada. It wasn't mine. Diddy's been nothing but great. Now it's come out that Diddy contacted her 54 times in one day after Dawn's lawsuit came out. So you know what that was all about and getting her together. And that's why that statement came out, her trying to make Dawn out to be a liar. This man, something is wrong with him.
He's a psycho. How can you call somebody 54 times in one day?
Not me
Mm.
getting a call doing a
He didn't want
podcast.
that thing to get out.
Was that Diddy on the line?
That
He
was
didn't want
Diddy, right? That was
it
like
out.
perfect, right down the line.
Was that
Diddy's like, I told you, don't be reporting this news.
okay?
Watch out, brothers.
But you
Somebody
know
might be
what?
coming for y'all.
Yeah.
You know who's looking mighty good coming out of this though? Kind of, it's kind of weird. Jaguar Wright.
Oh gosh,
Jaguar
yeah.
has told all
Yeah.
these kind of crazy stories,
He,
and we're
he,
like, "Oh, Jaguar, you're
he been
crazy." I
on
don't
time.
know.
He
It could be some truth to the stuff.
been telling him for a long time, ain't she, bro?
She's kept it. She's kept it
Yeah.
real. Now, some things might
She
be a little
telling
out there, but she real.
me. And she didn't Jaguar say something about Jay-Z too?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
Oh,
Jay
she cannot
Z,
stand
Jamie
Jay Z.
Foxx,
Yeah.
everybody, the
Yeah.
whole
She says
gauntlet.
Jay Z keeps Beyonce drug.
Yeah, that's what I heard her say that. And said he messed up Foxy Brown when she was underage.
That's what everybody's saying. Jay Z is the next one to drop. Like he's gonna be a big one that's gonna eventually drop with this.
Well, they ain't gonna let these Negroes out here keep making all this money and get away with it.
Okay, they can become a billionaires. Oh,
Yeah.
that's put a huge target on their back.
And and LeBron has not been touched yet, but he
Oh,
apparently
he's been at a party.
he's been at some
He's
party.
been at the parties
But just
now,
because you
but
attend a party doesn't mean like you
but people have
witness
always
what's
said,
happening.
there's a time you can go to the parties, but you know when it's time to leave. At a
Yes,
certain
That's right.
hour, don't
That's
that's
right.
stick
a fact.
around.
That's
So
right.
it could be a case like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I see like you might peep something going on. Well,
Uh
we ain't gonna incriminate LeBron. All right, all right. That's what Diddy.
In my
Continue to
bed.
follow the couch for Diddy. Gonna be tracking this case as things are going out. Definitely pay attention to the YouTube page as we would keep you updated with the Diddy news. Let's go on to somebody else who thinks they are above the law. Mr. Donald Trump. But Trump was back in the news for a lot of things this past week. But I guess one of the major things was this attempted assassination again. This is kind of odd for me now. And I'm not a big conspiracy theorist person, but I got a lot of theories kind of floating in my head what this could be about. So it could either be a conspiracy theory route, or it could be like just his dangerous rhetoric that's going on because he is saying some foul stuff. And the way they are doubling down on immigrants and the Haitian Americans and everything going on now, or Haitian immigrants out there in Springfield, Ohio, which has just been utterly disgusting between him and JD Vance. Um, you just pick and choose whatever you want to do. But that the assassination happened on the golf course, or the apparent attempted assassination, and Florida law enforcement officials are now launching their own criminal investigation into this matter. Um, we'll see what comes of that. But I'm curious how what were y'all thinking whenever you heard Trump was shot at again?
I mean, attempted assassination is being generous. The guy didn't shoot at him. Maybe he had a plot and a ploy, but he did attempt to assassinate him. He had the intent, maybe, but an attempt was not made. So I think the wording should be changed.
Wait, where the shots go?
He didn't shoot. Did he shoot?
Or did they just see the gun? Well, I know they shot at
They
him.
saw they. What happened was is that the Secret Service, whenever he plays golf, is either one or two holes ahead to be on the lookout for anything outlandish like this. What I heard was they saw the man with a gun and like sitting through a fence, basically, and that's when they started chasing him, and he ran away and went on the highway and went on that high speed chase went on the chase down the highway. And they stopped him at a traffic stop. So I don't think he actually shot at him
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the muzzle of the gun was poking through the fence,
through the fence. Yeah.
And
and
that's what they saw.
the sniper pointed it out or saw it, and then they went after the guy. But I I don't know. It all sounds fishy to me. For one, muzzle. If the muzzle was out of that fence, he would have been KO'd right at that point.
Hello. Hello.
So, I, you know, I don't understand this detaining somebody that's already got a rifle engaged, ready to, take aim at a former president, and he's still walking around. You know, we got a young black lady that was killed for possibly maybe throwing water at a cop.
Yes,
So,
Thank
absolutely.
you.
and this guy here, he gets walked into a police station.
So this is where the conspiracies are coming in, brother, because it's not making sense to me. All right, fool me once, you know, fool me twice. I how can this happen so soon back to back? And I don't like I just don't understand. Like this doesn't make any sense to me. Like it's given I don't want to say like one possible idea is like a setup for, for sympathy and things of these nature, or because the rhetoric out there around these things, whenever the people who have done this have all been on the right or have been Donald Trump supporters at one point in time, or in that part, whatever you want to call it. Our brother told us last week that that's not a party anymore. So whatever it is, they've all been on that side, even though they try to claim like the other side and everything. But it could go one route of sympathy things. It could go inside work with Secret Service. I never seen a Secret Service so terrible. Like, and I don't even like Trump, but this Secret Service is terrible.
Well, from
Horrible. Right.
understanding, they're not true Secret Service agents. Um, some of them are like um, online Homeland Security type agents that
Hmm.
just pass the course online and really aren't really professional. uh,
I be
you know,
telling the truth.
yeah, I don't think they're professional Secret Service agents, but I'm gonna tell you what it's setting up for, man. And so Trump is feeling the heat right now.
Hmm.
Um, um, Vice President Harris has gained significant backing, so he's setting it up for us to have this internal strife in this country to where we'll have possible civil war.
The rhetoric is all. I do not disagree with you. You know, at one points I might rag on you for the lengths you be going, but this makes total sense to me. It's just all the rhetoric building up to this is what it's been.
I've been saying this for a minute. That's what that's what he's looking to incite. If it goes down like the way it's going right now, that's what's going to happen. Once Harris wins, we will be in.
Civil War territory.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm really, that's a fair. I'm legit worried about that. If Harris does pull this out, like
Yeah.
what's gonna happen? January 6th was a warm up.
Oh
And
yeah.
Carl, and Carl,
That
to piggyback on your point about the
that
Secret
that
Service, I saw a report where basically the Secret Service are they're doing like fraud, like homeowner fraud, that kind of stuff. And then and when it's time for the presidential details, they get pulled up for those type of things, and they're like severely understaffed, and it's not like a real proper training that they're getting. So the Secret Service has really been exposed with these incidents. So I have zero faith in them at this point. I just hope that they can protect everybody. I don't want anybody to go out that way. And
y'all got, hey, Carlin, you got to let my Secret Service people live, because I got a close
I'm
friend of
sorry,
mine that
sorry, Mr. Blocker.
that is
Sorry,
legit.
Mr. Blocker.
I ain't, I ain't gonna, I'm not gonna say his name because I don't want to put him out there like that. But
Uh-huh.
it, uh, he is a legitimate agent, and he for real. Like
I'm not saying
it's,
everybody. I'm
it's a
saying that there's
real,
a multitude of people who are who are not trained properly, like you
Not
said
everybody,
before.
but a multitude. You said it's the
It's a
majority.
multitude. Yes,
Carlin.
they're severely
Let's
understaffed.
not, let's not stretch it out that way. I'm not gonna go there right now. I'm just gonna say there are reports of some things not being okay.
Some, okay, we're gonna go with some. My brother spoke. He has spoken. Some,
We went from multitude to some.
Yeah.
yes.
Here we go.
But can I say this though about
Yes.
um
Yeah.
there being a setup like y'all were saying?
Mhm.
Um, when has JD Vance and Trump been on the same side in terms of talking points on any issue? I think it was very convenient that they both came out together to talk about how this is coming from the Democratic Party or the left, or so to speak. Like they've never been together on any topic with the same talking points. So that really that made me think something doesn't smell quite right for them to have to be on one page. That hasn't happened the entire campaign. So I agree with you, Cameron, when you were saying that something seems a little bit off with these attempts.
Yeah, it don't smell right. It don't. But he's burying himself in so many ways. And that I hate Taylor Swift tweet. I don't know
Well,
what he was thinking with that. Uh, they're like
he needs
almost
some.
setting up to lose to have a civil war.
Yeah, he needs some momentum, and you know, if he can't get any momentum, you know, he would rather do what he's getting ready to do. You know, and I think just from hearing things with your ear to the street,
Yeah.
my ears to the pavement, and I'm hearing some of these. You know, you got some of these conservative far right guys out here. They already screaming about getting their guns.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, I introduced Cameron to this.
You did.
I was like, I used to listen to conservative news all the time until Trump came in office. It's just got too unbearable. But they've been preaching this civil war, us against them, ever since Obama was in office.
Yes, sir. They have.
So
That is
now it's
correct.
really coming to a head now.
Oh yeah. When when Trump started calling out them Proud Boys and
Yeah.
Nazis and everything else,
Yeah.
it's it's come to a head.
All right, brothers. Well, we'll let that be the final word on that one for now. There will be more, I'm sure, to come.